in the same calculator where we have calculated the y plus value and where we are putting the drag coefficient for comparison purpose, and so in the same Excel sheet I have the formula for bond layer thickness, and here's the formula when the flow is fully turbulent, and here is the formula when the flow has the transition. So when the flow has the two regions, laminar and turbulent, this is the formula, and when the flow is a fully turbulent flow, then this is the formula. And then from the Reynolds number 3 million, if you put the value Reynolds number here, power 1 by 5, so you can see the formula here. So C power 1 by 5, so C5 is this value, and then power 1 by 5, and this is the fraction, and in the numerator we have 0.37, so value is 0.018 meters. And if you take a look on the its chord length of this aerofoil, it's a 1, so you can see that is almost is equal to into 100 is almost 1.87% of the plate chord length. So maximum height of boundary layer, or maximum section of boundary layer, which is at the trailing edge, is only 1.87 times of the chord length. So therefore I am thinking that why should we waste the more nodes in boundary layer, and right now the length of boundary layer is approximately take a look here. So I can measure the distance of our length of this edge, which is 0.51. So I'm thinking why not we should reduce this edge to the not exactly the 0.018 like we are seeing in this formula, this Excel sheet. I think that we should go at least for the 0.2. So instead of 0.5, I can go to the 0.2, which is almost 60% reduction here. And for that we have the edit block menu, and from here third option is the modify O-grid. So here I'm going to reduce the size by the 40%. And now let me check the size of these edges is a 0.20. So it's now okay. And again click on the mesh to be computed. So now I think this is a much better mesh than the previously. And one more thing is that now I can play with the number of nodes here. So I will just keep the number of nodes 40 here and just reduce this region. And also I will copy parameters from the inner block to the outer block so that the blocks have the same mesh on the both sides on the block change. And now I will recompute the pre-mesh. Okay, so here it looks okay. So I have some problems here, so I would be rectifying these problems. So first thing is that I would be making the mesh here as a uniform. There's no need to define the spacing here, number one. So size has increased somehow. And this is the, if you take a look here, this is a fine mesh. So I will save it as it is. So I'm not working on the fine mesh. So I have already saved two files. One is the fine and one a coarse. And these same mesh files, which are the medium mesh files, are the without any name. These are medium mesh files. So I just saved these two files with these two new names from the same file. So I'm going to open the medium mesh file, and instead of working on these new files, why not work on these files? Okay. So I will change the value over here by 40%. Then I will copy parameters from the inner block edges to the outer block edges, and also I will apply these parameters to all the blocks. This is the one thing. And the second thing is that I am going to make it uniform here, and number of nodes, I would keep the number of nodes as a 14. and no spacing, no first cell, something like this. And size is almost compatible, so I can copy the size from this edge, okay, from this edge and to this edge. So this can be done for these all edges. So in a one by one, so we have the 4 edges, so I can do it for 2 on the bottom side and 2 on the up side. So instead of going to the pre-mesh parameters and then doing this everything here, so I think these number of edges are very low here, so I can do it directly from here. And the same thing will go on these sides and also on the bottom side. So after pressing, you can be in the dynamic mode where you can move the model, and once it is in the selection mode, then you can select any entity in the blocking or in the geometry. And this is also okay. And from here I'm going to again apply the same thing. So I will do it 2 times. So one in this order, then from here to here. So I want to maximize the size on this edge, then I will copy this edge sizing to this edge here. As I know that the sizing here is very large, so this cannot be completely applied on these edges, so they will somehow open up, and then those edges will be, those spacing will be copied to this side. So again, now in the reverse order. And now I want to check my pre-mesh, and it looks fine. Okay, now let me check my pre-mesh info, which is same as the 0.5 million. So again, convert to the unstructured mesh here, and I will save the name as the new file, because now the boundary region has the same number of nodes, but it is reduced by the 40%, by say 60%. So only we have the 40% depth is there. And this is based on the analytical results that the boundary thickness are more than 0.018. So we have put the value as the 0.0 as a 0.2, not the 0.02 but the 0.2. And we think that with more nodes this will be more accurate. Okay, so I'm going to save this file as large domain. So refined boundary layer. Okay, so in all the new files I will put the same name here. So here, instead of having these names, so coarse and fine, so we have this is the medium file, and then I will save the new names with the coarse and the medium for these coarse and fine with this file. So I will change this file, not this file here, and put the more nodes and less nodes, and then we can have the study on the mesh. So this is known as the mesh independent study. I can delete these files one by one. So I will delete them, and I will just give you the important files only, and not the every file here which is not important and it's not useful. And as you can see that now we have the project has been saved. Now I can output the mesh file, open and done. So this name will be imposed on this new mesh file, this file name. So I will rename this file and put this name here, and cut the file from here, and I will put this file inside Fluent files. Sorry, not Fluent files, but mesh files, and delete these output files from here. So I'm going to save the file as a new name, and this new name is basically the same name which we have here. So again I will copy the name from this file and paste it over here and click on OK. And then from domain, click on replace mesh file and go there in the mesh files and choose the file which is a large domain define boundary layer. So number of nodes are almost same. Okay, now again run the calculation for maybe 300 or 400 iterations, and then we will come back and we will compare the results that what's the effect of that mesh change just in the change of the region of the boundary layer, and it is reduced by 60%. Only now remaining is the 40%. So hit on the calculate and wait for the solution to be converged. As I reduce the number of the size of the boundary layer, you can see that this is a problem occurring after running the solution for number of iterations, like maybe 300 iterations. And also I can see the lift coefficient is not 0, and it is getting some value, and the drag coefficient also is offset from the previous value. So there's some issue in the mesh, so I have to look on the mesh file, and I will tell you after pausing this video that where this issue may be. Okay, only thing I can think is that and you can check it in my very small video I put on the YouTube, that I can uncheck this option and then see what happens. So I can take the mesh quality from the blocking. It is okay. The second thing is the angle. This is also okay. So I will now, instead of having the B-spline turn on, which you can see here, now I will recompute the pre-mesh. Okay, so it is making the problem. So I will keep it same. That is a project to B-spline. Okay, so the second thing I can think of is that I should be giving the uniform spacing. So one thing is that we should go back to the same thickness of boundary layer. So I'm thinking, why not to have the constant values, because we have the symmetry condition. So there will be no boundary layer will be developed here. So why to put this value up to these values? Because on every side, on every layer we have the same distance from the wall for the boundary layer. So why we should put the more nodes towards the symmetry condition? Because symmetry condition is a slope condition. So therefore I'm thinking on this thing, and I will check the pre-mesh, and okay, so only thing I can think is that you can decrease the number of nodes here. So instead of 40, now we can make it 20, and again we can check the mesh after recomputing, and this will look like in this way. So we can put the ratio as a 1.1 and again recompute. And also I think we should increase the number of that tuple tolerance, which is already increased. So let's make it 0.01, and the tolerance is already increased to the -5. Default is a -3. Okay, so now the last thing is that I can make it to the number of nodes to the, instead of 20, we can go with maybe a 26, and copy these parameters to the parallel edges also, and then apply them on all the edges on all the blocks, and then recompute. The number of nodes are slightly decreased. So I will run this simulation and I will come up with, in the same video, I will tell you that what is happening with the now new mesh. And as you can see that after changing the number of nodes inside this ICM-CFD mesh file and making number of nodes 20, so you can see that even with the less number of nodes, the solution is accurate here. But the problem is that when we want to refine the mesh, so we cannot go with the higher number of nodes, because in the less space in the boundary layer, we cannot pack the more nodes. It is making some very strange issue, and we cannot explain this issue, but this issue is there. So the better idea is that we should go with that old file where we have the around 0.5 times of the chord length as the thickness of that boundary layer. So I will keep it, and then we will refine the mesh, or we will coarse the mesh, and we will see the results and how they will affect the solution.